Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. This is the NXT Go Home show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff to get into, and a lot of the matches tonight are for the big Dusty Cup, where the winner not only wins the Dusty Cup, but they go on to NXT Gold Rush next Wednesday here on NXT, and will challenge the New Day for those NXT Tag Team Championships. But this is the end of the first round, and after this we'll see the start of the semifinals. We'll see two semifinals matches as well as the finals later on tonight. So it's going to be a big night for tonight's Go Home show. And as you see Gallus making their way down to the ring, they'll be taking on Los Garza here tonight in this end of this first round matchup. You got Wolfgang with the long hair there. Certainly seeing these guys get more opportunities. Certainly not always getting those opportunities, but tonight they do get a big opportunity for this clan of Gallus to get the job done. And I mean, as you can tell, they're grizzly guys and certainly don't give a damn who they have to go through, but certainly these guys, these gentlemen, are going to have to do a lot of work tonight in this matchup. As here comes Los Garza, formerly known as Los Lotharios. Certainly trying to find their way here into WWE. Certainly just in terms of being on whatever roster, just earning those opportunities. They continue to try to get that breakout moment, that opportunity, that match that will propel them into, tag team stardom. And hey, it's taking a little bit of time, but hey, the top tag teams in the world and of all time, like the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, Christian and Edge, and certainly plenty of other tag teams like Kane and the Undertaker, D-Generation X, and so many other great tag teams of all time. Certainly they weren't winning right away. Very rare that you had teams winning right away, and obviously it took a bit of time to figure them out, and certainly maybe gone through different brands and everything else. But hey, certainly tonight could be that night. We'll see how it's going to go here. As here we go. Got Humberto Carrillo starting off for their side of things as the match is started. As it looks like Joe Coffey starting off. Mark Coffey on the apron here. Let's see how Joe Coffey will kind of attack this matchup here. It's a big knee just right there in the throat of Humberto Carrillo. And now big time Irish whip in the corner. Gonna show that brutality, that don't give a damn type of side from Gallus. We've seen it briefly here in the series, but not too much. And like we mentioned, tonight is the go home show for NXT. After we get to Gold Rush next week, NXT will be taking a little bit of a break before we get back to things here in NXT. They're right after SummerSlam, so Adam Pearce will have to take some time to really game plan for things, really after the aftermath of everything going down. As Mark Coffey in the ring here now, looking to go to work. I guess not, maybe as Joe Coffey gets the tag. Certainly maybe it's there's certainly some good things, the pros and cons of not hot tags, but frequent tags, and we'll see if that's going to come into play here tonight as Humberto Carrillo with a big time Hurricane Rana takedown there. Now this is where Joe has to really figure out himself in this matchup. You can't let these Lucha Libre superstars like Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo do what they're doing right now. There's a big takedown there. And now Humberto really trying to figure out what he wants to do. He not really, I guess, experienced when it comes to maybe finishing off a match, with the lack of experience between obviously Garza and Angel in tag team action, really getting those opportunities. And same for both teams. I mean, it's hard to, break out if you're not getting those opportunities. And a lot of these teams tonight very well could be having 3 matches, if not more. Big stomp they're missing, and Garza watches on as Humberto Carrillo going to work here. Humberto, big time DDT, face plant, taking down Joe Coffey there. As this match continues, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big night. Not only do we have a massive main event later on tonight, as it's going to be Kenny Omega, the former NXT champion, teaming up with the current North American champion Carlito to take on Oba Femi and the NXT champion Ethan Page and Oba Femi are teaming up. Big time main event there. Certainly we're going to see all 4 of those competitors live there at NXT Gold Rush, certainly with obviously Oba Femi challenging Carlito for that North American Championship, as well as Ethan Page defending his championship against Kenny Omega. Let's look at these big old haymakers here, right there, right in the temple of Joe Coffey. Is now Humberto Carrillo again. Gonna go high risk, high reward situation. He just drags him halfway across the ring there. Also tonight, one half of the women's tag team champions are in action, as referees still dealing with that top turnbuckle. Could have gotten a 3 count, but thanks to Wolfgang there at ringside, there was no count whatsoever. And like I was trying to say, one half of the women's tag team champions, Tegan Nox, will be in action against Cora Jade later on tonight here on NXT. Little preview of the Women's NXT Tag Team Championship match live there at Gold Rush. Also, you cannot forget about the 3 stages of Hell match that we are going to be seeing live there at Gold Rush, as it will be Wardlow taking on all members of the Undisputed Era in different type of stipulation matches. There's an Extreme Rules matchup, there's a tables match, and even a casket match. So we'll see how that fares for Wardlow, as well as all 3 members of the Undisputed Era, that being obviously MJF, who is facing off with Wardlow in the casket match. But it will be starting with Adam Cole, Adam Page, then MJF, in that order, with the first match being Extreme Rules, second match being a table matchup, and the third matchup being a casket match. So Wardlow technically could lose any one of those matches, but the match will continue. So let's say for some reason Wardlow wins the first one, loses the second one, that third match is still happening no matter what. It's not one of those gauntlet matches where you win a couple and then you happen to lose one of them and it's over. No, this is a 3 stages of Hell match. The matches will continue even if you happen to lose one. As now Mark Coffey, high risk here, halfway across the ring, big time flying cross body, takes down Angel Garza. Really brutal cross body. Good back and forth matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly don't know who's going to walk out victorious. This is the type of matchup where it's been very unpredictable, to say the least, as Garza now. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Is he thinking Spanish fly from the top rope? Big maneuver in the late stages of this matchup. Is this match over yet? I mean, it's been big move after big move these last couple moments here, and now Humberto Carrillo gonna look to put the final pieces of this match away with oh my goodness, what a neck breaker there from Humberto Carrillo. Pinfall opportunity, but just like that, Mark Coffey breaks it up, and the match continues. And these guys still got to save, their energy for later on tonight, because certainly they are going to be taking on the D'Angelo family, the winner of this matchup. So certainly you want to bring your best, but are you going to be 100%? It's a big question. The big tag. Here comes Mark Coffey, looking to maybe send a message here as Carrillo. Big Irish whip in the corner, and Angel Garza helping his tag team partner out here. And if I'm the D'Angelo family watching this right now, I want them to continue to beat the snot out of each other, because it's going to be easy pickings for them to easily advance to the finals later on tonight for that Dusty Cup, as well as going on to Gold Rush to face off with the New Day for those NXT Tag Team Championships. As now, let's see what Carrillo has in store. Again, we saw this earlier on tonight. Gonna toss him halfway across the ring. And we really haven't seen Gallus hit too many big maneuvers, and same for Garza and company, besides that big Spanish fly earlier on tonight, but not too much to really put a final blow on this match. It's a big DDT, takes down Mr. Mark Coffey. Big kick out there from Mark. The matchup continues, and look at Wolfgang getting involved here. If you're Humberto, don't worry about Wolfgang here. Worry about this matchup here. As they continue to go back and forth, Mark getting back up to his feet here. Going to look to make Humberto Carrillo pay, and he does with a big-time suplex. And certainly with these tag teams, no one's going to be 100% by the end of the night, but certainly you want to save your best and kind of finish these matches as soon as you can. But hey, this is a great way to kick off NXT's Go Home show. These guys are showing the best of the best in professional tag team wrestling here live tonight. As a big time suplex, gonna go for the pinfall. Could that be enough? You never know. Center of that ring, but no, just a 2 count. And another suplex. No, Garza had that scouted. Going to the well one too many times. And now Garza with that set out powerbomb. Garza should have went for the pinfall if I was him. That's what I would have done. But I'm not Angel Garza. Certainly, if you're in WWE, you got definitely one of the best superstars around for sure. And now Garza tossing him into the corner. Let's see if we get a hot tag or a tag that will affect this matchup. As now look at this. Showing off that Lucha Libre. It's an addition there as he takes him down. And now Garza. Let's see what Garza has in store here. Oh, nice drop kick to the side of the skull there. And now Garza with the underhook. I'm not really sure what he's setting up here, but no, big old clothesline there. Joe Coffey with a just taking his head off there. As now Gallus has him right where he wants him. We thinking about a tag, maybe a double team maneuver to see if they can put each other away here. And Garza continuing to fight out of the corner. He just desperately not wanting to be in that corner, and do you blame him? And now Garza going to toss him back in the corner. This is where you start getting, I wouldn't say desperate, but I feel like this is where you start getting, a little antsy at times. As what a double backbreaker there. I don't think I've seen too many double backbreakers there, but it doesn't matter anyway, as Gallus breaks it up there. And the matchup continues. Hey, that's what you gotta do sometimes. You gotta do something like that. As Garza taking down one member of the Gallus group here. Back in the ring we go. It's a nice enziguri. The knee just connecting to the back of the neck there. And now Garza gets the tag. Look at Garza. He's feeling himself. He knows these guys have torn each other apart so far. It's now Garza getting hit with a rebound into the uppercut, right into the corner. And now Gallus gonna work together here. Let's see if maybe they think about maybe hitting a big tag team maneuver here, or work to hit a big time maneuver and maybe hit Humberto Carrillo out of the ring. You never know. As look at that discus clothesline. Little shades of Luke Harper back in the day. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Humberto Carrillo too slow to get back in the ring. Didn't realize Garza was not going to kick out. And later on tonight, Gallus will take on Tony D'Angelo and Stacks in the semifinals of the Dusty Cup. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we start the semifinals of the Dusty Cup tournament. As now, it's going to be the LWO taking on the War Raiders. We will be figuring out who is going to be going to the finals later on tonight in your double main event. And yes, we did mention that Ethan Page, Femi versus Kenny Omega and his tag team partner Carlito, the North American Champion, is the main event, but there is a double main event, obviously, with the Dusty Cup stuff going on tonight. So after that big main event, we will get to the Dusty Cup. It gives both tag teams kind of a little bit of a breather in between, because certainly there's a lot of tag team wrestling going on this go-home edition of NXT. And certainly with Hakeem Wilde and Cruz del Toro, certainly, they're pretty good. And they may not get the recognition you get in the LWO right now, because you're going to get Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee of the LWO at Gold Rush, part of the Gold Rush men's side of things, live there at NXT Gold Rush going at it. And you got Rey Mysterio, the leader of the LWO. There's so many big names in the group, and even Selena Vega. So I mean, it's a big group that they have. As there is Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders. And certainly, I hate to say it, but these guys have to be a favorite to win the Dusty Cup. And certainly, obviously New Day more accomplished than the War Raiders. But I mean, I don't think the New Day would look past the War Raiders. I think War Raiders would give the New Day probably the most competition out of all the tag teams that are left. And no offense, like, all these tag teams are hella talented, but I think the War Raiders definitely would give them a run for their money for sure. Just my personal opinion. As here we go, it is Cruz del Toro and Ivar kicking us off here. Pretty simple strategy for the War Raiders. Make sure the LWO aren't, starting this match off fast. Slow them down to what has brought you to the game and that has won you tag team championships before. Slow it down to your pace. You cannot allow these Lucha Libre superstars to start running around hitting springboards and stuff. I'm not saying that Ivar and Eric can't do springboards, because we've certainly seen that throughout the years. These guys can match up with anybody. Lucha Libre superstars to biggest of big guys. And that's what makes the War Raiders such a threat when it comes to tag team wrestling. Oh my goodness. Ivar already busted open Mr. Cruz del Toro. And that might be already a key factor in this matchup, because if you can't see, you're not going to be able to do much. As Cruz del Toro trying to fight back, that blood may have kind of maybe awoken him a little bit. So here we go with the big tag here. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, what a drop kick there. No, he's not done. Oh, Bronco Buster in the corner. For a big man to a skinny guy like that, it's not going to be feeling good. As a pinfall opportunity. 2. Ooh, very close. And a big hot tag. Here comes Hakeem Wild. And now Eric just trying to deal with the 2-on-1 situation. He's handling it pretty good here. Both Eric and Ivar are handling the LWO so far, but you know it is kind of still early, maybe a feeling out process possibly. But right now, you know, this is all signs going to War Raiders here early on. As look at the eyes, look at the determination in the eyes of Eric. Here we go through the middle, rope suicide dive right off the barricade. Holy crap is right. These guys are tearing each other apart. And now Eric going to go after Hakeem Wild, or his tag team partner at least, Mr. Cruz del Toro. And certainly, hey, if you can take out one and make it easy for the other one, certainly so be it, I guess. And now Hakeem Wild, Eric going to go after each other here. Eric, what is he thinking? Oh no. Oh my goodness, over the head. Powerbomb. Jesus, especially to the outside. And now trying to throw his tag team partner into the steps. Did not work out as he hits a gut wrench slam. Right now the LWO need to figure out something quickly. And now big pinfall opportunity. Is this going to be enough? But no, still gotta go back to the drawing board here. There you go, big splash. It may not do too much damage, but hey, you know, little by little, slowly get yourself back in this matchup. And that's what you got to do against these tag teams, man, that are, you know, maybe on paper and in person better than you, you know, just in the terms of power and strength, but, you know, you can't count yourself out. There's now Hakeem Wild halfway across the ring. What a maneuver there from Hakeem Wild, and he's not done. You cannot count out the LWO. You can see Cruz del Toro, he's going through it with that blood dripping down his face. Hakeem Wild's realizing right now, hey, I got to step up right now for my tag team partner. And that's exactly what he is doing. The crowd is behind the LWO. They love that they are not quitting after that sluggish start to this matchup right now. There's a big pinfall attempt early on. Will this be enough? No. Now this is where Ivar has to regroup the War Raiders here. Get them back to where they were early on. As the crowd is chanting war, and we're seeing a war right now. The LWO is going through war right now, and they're right there. It's a flying crossbody turning Hakeem Wild inside out. But for Ivar, you got to realize Cruz del Toro is the legal man. And, well, maybe he knows that for sure, as down goes Cruz del Toro. Pinfall. Is this it, too? No, he kicked out. I thought maybe, just maybe that was going to be it. As Eric and Hakeem Wild going at it there at ringside. Wild taking out Eric. As Wild back inside the ring, Ivar and Cruz del Toro going at it. It's a big hip thrust right there to the midsection. But look at Cruz del Toro continuing to fight right now. As a big maneuver. What a maneuver there from Cruz del Toro. Is that it? Should have went for the pinfall. Eric's down and out at ringside. And now again going off the ropes here. I think that might have been a mistake for Cruz. I think he should have went for the pinfall. You gotta know where these certain tag team partners are, and certainly that might cost him. we're about to find out possibly if it will be a big mistake. As now Eric gets himself tagged in the ring here. There's certain times in matches, ladies and gentlemen, where you got to pick and choose what you do. And if one tag team partner is down and out at ringside of the other team, you go for the pinfall. I guess that's just me, as a release kick to the back there. A devastating kick there, but Hakeem Wilde right there to break it up. And now back in the corner we go. Big haymaker there from Eric as Ivar gets himself tagged in. Now let's go ahead and see what the War Raiders have in store for us. Oh, big time maneuver. The Viking experience there from Ivar and Eric. And oh no, the big man, Ivar, high risk. He is signaling the end is near. But, oh, I guess not. We wasted too much time though. Wasted at least, what, maybe 5 seconds? Maybe 5-10 seconds? So big takedown in the corner into a big power slam. Back in the corner we go. Let's see how this is going to fare as another clothesline. This is what the War Raiders are doing right now. They're cutting off the ring. And that's a great thing to do at this point. Especially at this point in the matchup. As now Ivar, that's halfway across the damn ring. That's actually 3/4 across the ring. And then that man hit it like a normal superstar would hit a maneuver like that. Ivar is going super crazy. Shoot out to, former WWE superstar Super Crazy. But right now, the War Raiders have the momentum. Of course, as soon as I say that, Mr. Cruz del Toro is able to hit a big neck breaker, big pinfall attempt. Will this be enough? Ooh, could you imagine? So close there. And this is which is what you love to see professional tag team wrestling. Maybe on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, they're focused on the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, which is nothing wrong. It puts the tag team division to the side, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's neglecting them. It's giving those other tag teams to reform, get together, saying, hey, what, when it's our time, we're gonna get that opportunity. Look at this stretch, a unique stretch from Hakeem Wilde. Ivar may have to tap out, but Eric right there, and now Ivar getting himself out of it. And Eric needs to get himself out before he does get himself disqualified there. As now Ivar, big time maneuver coming his way. Bam! Dropping him right on his face, right into the corner here. We'll see if that's enough, but no. Cruz is not allowing his team to go out like that. Big clothesline, taking him out, and now he's going to focus on Cruz del Toro here, and certainly maybe not the illegal man if I remember correctly, but still, certainly might as well go to town on your teammate there. Back in the corner you go. Oh, look at that big time Hurricane Rana, from Hakeem Wilde. Code red there from Hakeem Wilde, and Ivar doing the right thing, rolling out of the ring, and now Hakeem Wilde gonna go after Eric with a big time power bomb off the ropes. Eric's down and out, but Ivar able to get a slice of revenge there and take down Hakeem Wilde. And this matchup is wild, ladies and gentlemen. As this matchup continues, up next, it is Tegan Nox, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, taking on Cora Jade. Now, let's see what Ivar has in store. No, nice set out powerbomb. When these guys hit big maneuvers like that, I'm surprised they don't go for the pinfall. It's a big time opportune time to do it, at least to see if you can get a surprise pinfall. But maybe it's just me. I guess that's how I would think in the terms of being a WWE superstar. trying to get the win as much as you can, quickly as you can. As now Ivar tossing him halfway across there as we do get another tag. Here comes Ivar. Or I should say Eric. And the thing you love about tag team matches is the longer the matchup goes, there's times in the matchup where you can rely on your tag team partner in longer spurts in certain situations, because you know there's some times in matches where you know the other team dominates one guy for the foreseeable match, and then the other guy gets tagged in, and then he has the role of trying to keep themselves in that match as long as possible, and trying to get their tag team partner enough time to recuperate. As now here we go with the pinfall attempt. Will this be enough? Ooh, very close to a 2, but just a 1 count. Here we go with a tag, and oh, what a kick to the face. That might be enough. Shoulders are down. Let's see if Ivar can break it up here. Ooh. And he inadvertently hit the referee before breaking it up, I believe. And hopefully, oh my goodness, what a maneuver there. Frankensteiner taking down Ivar, and now you got yourself a 2-on-1 situation here. And let's see if Eric can turn things around here. He's taking out Hakeem Wild, at least trying to. And now, Eric, big time clothesline. I think we all know what's about to happen. We're about to have ourselves a flying War Raider here, as now going for a suicide dive. Cruz del Toro saw it coming, as you should be seeing a big man coming through the ropes. As now, look at Eric, oh my goodness, the velocity on that maneuver, absolutely vicious. And look at Mr. Hakeem Wild, he's still out of it. I don't know how much longer he can, stay him, as now he's able to just randomly get out of it. It's another big kick to the back. Let's see if Wild can break this up, and he does. And here we go with that big tag. Let's see what the War Raiders, pardon me. Uh-oh. Oh no. You do not want a big man, especially his big buttocks, getting in your face. And now, bam! Oh my goodness. That midsection is not going to be feeling too good for sure for Cruz del Toro. It's a big tag. Here we go. You can feel the War Raiders starting to pick up some steam here, as now a assisted power bomb in the middle of that ring. That very well could be enough. Is it enough? 2, 3, and it is. The War Raiders with a massive win tonight. But they are not done. They got the semifinals win, and later on tonight they will be in the finals, and they will be able possibly facing off of Gallus or the D'Angelo family. Big time win tonight for the War Raiders, and we'll see them later on tonight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some singles action as your NXT Women's Champions make their way down the ring. You got Tegan Nox, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, coming out here and taking on, Cora Jade. Ever since Roxanne and Cora Jade have come back as a team, they have been very, very vicious. Certainly not certainly what this women's tag division wants to see. And certainly with them targeting the women's tag team division, they're both of these women are very, very good, and certainly adding them into the not only in the NXT Women's Championship division, but also the the NXT Tag Team division certainly makes them even bigger threats to take over NXT. Certainly both women former NXT Women's Champions, former NXT Tag Team Champions, and they are looking to add more gold to their waist. I mean, and certainly, you know, all signs are there. I mean, certainly we're going to see Roxanne take on Tiffany Stratton in that Gold Rush finals matchup to really see who will be the first ever NXT Women's Gold Rush winner. But here we go. Tegan Nox versus Cora Jade here live. Matchup has started. Here we go. Let's see if Tegan Nox, a former first ever Queen's Crown winner, they're on the main roster, they're on SmackDown. Not only did she win that as she gets hit with a suicide dive by Cora Jade, obviously, like I just mentioned, first ever Queen's Crown winner of the first ever, you know, side of things for the women, but she would go on to win the Women's Championship, and certainly that's a massive thing for the career of Tegan Nox. But ultimately now, another big thing in her career is becoming the NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Shotzi Blackheart. So, you know, Tegan Nox, you know, she may not get the maybe the accolades and everything that people look for, but certainly she is accomplished. And that's something you love to see. And you know, a woman that's very underrated, she loves to prove herself, and you're seeing that. As, oh my goodness, you see Roxanne taking off that top turnbuckle at least, and it almost comes into fruition for a big win tonight early. But Cora Jade's gonna have to go to work still. Oh goodness, what a senton. And if you're Cora Jade, attack the midsection. That's what you have to do after Tegan Nox got thrown right into that exposed turnbuckle where the referee has still not fixed. And Cora Jade is just running through Tegan, and Tegan finally getting herself out of the ring, trying to give herself at least an opportunity to really kind of reset, but obviously Cora Jade still taking on this match. And you just see moments ago Roxanne trying to introduce a kendo stick. Like, seriously? Are you guys that desperate to knock off the Women's Tag Team Champions just 1 week away from the big time Gold Rush where you want to become the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions? As now Cora Jade, high risk, high reward situation. Referee finally noticing the exposed turnbuckle after probably at least 5 minutes. Absolutely blind as Cora Jade trying to go to the well one too many times. Tegan Nox looking to send a message to Cora Jade here. Dropping her right there on the top rope. That is not going to be feeling good. Let's see if Tegan Nox can build some momentum after a slow start to this match. Tegan Nox feeling pretty good about herself, even though she didn't really get too much going here. But here in Orlando, everyone's loving her, and she's at least trying to get some support her way here. It's a big time takedown of Cora Jade. Slowly but surely it's going in the favor of Tegan Nox. And this ain't gonna end well, as oh no, right there on that left knee. And now Tegan Nox certainly trying to go after a certain body part. It seems like maybe that's gonna slow down Cora Jade. You just never know. Off the rope, showing a little bit of agility. Let's see what Cora Jade might be able to set up here. Looks like a good old-fashioned Luthez press right there, right to the face of Tegan Nox. As nice enziguri to the side of the skull. So again, Roxanne taking off the top turnbuckle. We'll see how long it takes the referee here. And we'll see if Cora Jade uses it to her advantage. And again, she does. But somehow Tegan Nox As now she just tossed Cora Jade in the corner. You know, there's karma for you, Roxanne. And look at Roxanne, she can't believe it, but you know, it's not like she was trying to use it on Cora Jade. You know, big boot on the corner, just right there in the face and across the chest of Cora Jade. Pinfall opportunity. Imagine how this is going to feel going into next week's Gold Rush Premium Live event if they lose. But the matchup continues, and look a little bit quicker there by the referee. Finally, once again, getting that top turnbuckle worked on. There's a big clothesline there from Tegan. Time for a little bit of a comeback moment here in this match. But Cora Jade had it well scouted. And again. And now look at that big boot in the corner there. Once again, man, that is not a good feeling to have a boot like that in your throat. And now Cora Jade, bam! Big time maneuver, almost like a Seth Walker that Seth Rollins would use back in the day. And so close, but not enough to put away Tegan Nox. And now Cora Jade has to go to the well. What does Cora Jade need to do? What maneuver can she hit to put this match away? Cora Jade with that flying senton right to the ribs. Is that enough? Shoulders are down. 2, and still not enough. And now you can sense the frustration in Cora Jade. What does she need to do? She's hit big time maneuvers. What is she thinking about now? And now Tegan Nox with a big reversal. This is a big time moment in this matchup for Tegan. If you can somehow figure out Cora Jade at this opportune time. It's a big chopper. And again a second time. And now this is really not where you want to be, ladies and gentlemen, in the tree of woe. And let's see if Tegan Nox can hit a big surprise maneuver, try to put away Cora Jade. It's a big time choke slam there. It's again Roxanne getting involved, talking to the referee here. Tegan Nox probably had this matchup won, but Cora Jade kicking out here before the referee dealing with it. Referee didn't even see what happened, but Tegan Nox done playing around, looking to put away Cora Jade. And now Tegan, shiniest wizard, right there to Cora Jade. Shoulders are down. 1, 2, 3. Big win tonight in singles action for the first ever Queen of the Ring winner, former women's champion, current women's tag team champion. Big win tonight for Tegan Nox, and we'll see if they can retain the women's tag team championships next week here on NXT Gold Rush. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the second semifinals matchup where we're going to be seeing Gallus take on the D'Angelo family. Earlier on tonight, we saw Mark and Joe Coffey get the job done earlier on tonight against Los Lotharios, now known as Los Garza. Now, we'll see if they can get it done and head to the finals to take on the War Raiders. Got Mark Coffey up front to the right. You got Joe Coffey and Wolfgang on the left. Wolfgang played a little bit of a key factor in that first matchup. We'll see if he gets himself involved in this next matchup. But certainly, hey, this is going to be a hard-hitting match, a tough-nosed match, especially with Tony D'Angelo and Stax. We saw them last week get the job done against Chase University. And certainly tonight's double main event will be seeing the War Raiders against one of these tag teams, either Gallus or the D'Angelo family. As now here comes the former NXT North American Champion and Stax, that being Tony D'Angelo. losing to Carlito a while back in that NXT North American Championship. But hey, he's looking to lift up his partner Stacks, a part of this tag team division. Certainly Stacks and Corbin were working together at one time. Corbin getting let kind of his contract run out, didn't sign back here to NXT, and certainly D'Angelo now wanting to pick up the slack of Baron Corbin not re-signing, and now, hey, maybe they get that opportunity at NXT Gold Rush, but they have possibly 2 more tag team matches they got to get through. Gallus, and then obviously the main event, where it would be them versus War Raiders if they are able to get through Gallus tonight. Big time matchup, big stakes, big time Dusty Cup implications tonight. As here we go, we got Mark Coffey starting off with Stacks. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. We got Stacks and Mark Coffey. We'll see if there's kind of a different edge, certainly to Gallus, or certainly them going back and forth with Los Garza. It was a long matchup between those tag teams. So certainly, obviously, D'Angelo family, you could say, have the upper hand. But with Gallus just recently fighting earlier, hey, maybe they do have, they've already wrestled a full tag team matchup, so they're already ready to go. But they're not 100% like the D'Angelo family. So there's pros and cons of having a matchup earlier on tonight. It's an Irish whip into the corner. Big spear there from the former NXT North American Champion, who we've seen become more aggressive as of late over the last couple months. It's a big pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? 2. Ooh, that was close. Very, very close. And like we said before, ladies and gentlemen, this is the go-home show for NXT Gold Rush. Next Wednesday, during the week, it will be NXT Gold Rush. Normally, in these type of situations, you'll see it being like the night before a SummerSlam or King of the Ring. But now, it is during the week. It is a big-time event for NXT Gold Rush. That's why we're finishing up the Dusty Cup, and we're seeing all these big time matches here tonight. Is that big time crossbody decapitating D'Angelo, but D'Angelo, pure adrenaline at this moment, trying to keep himself in this match. And now, oh, look at this maneuver. What a maneuver. Big takedown. Almost like little shades of what Tony D'Angelo normally does. And now we're seeing Mark Coffey go to work. He's looking right after Stacks. He said, yeah, go ahead. Get yourself tagged in. I'll beat you down, just like your leader of the D'Angelo family. Irish whip into the corner, and oh my goodness, Wolfgang took that top turnbuckle off, and it kind of backstabbed him, honestly. And he's going to use it again. Stacks using it to his advantage. That is very smart of Stacks. Use it to your advantage when they make a mistake. And now, here comes Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey now with a springboard. Oh, almost like a moonsault of sorts. And a big takedown of Stacks. And we'll see if Joe can get something going slowly but surely. Because, Mark's dealing with something with being tossed right into that exposed turnbuckle twice in a row. And maybe he's okay, but certainly taking something like that back and forth, that is not the best feeling in the world. As here we go with a tag. Now we're going to get Mark Coffey back in the ring here. Stacks going to look to maybe get a tag to D'Angelo, and he does. Big boot misses. D'Angelo now. Looked like he was going to go for a big maneuver, but just like that, man. Big reversal, and just like that, gets him back in the matchup. And now Mark Coffey will go to town now on D'Angelo. And we saw this earlier on tonight, a big-time maneuver again, taking down D'Angelo. And now Mark going to try to go after Stacks. Why not? Make it a 2-on-1 situation very quickly. It's a great opportune time to do it. Oh goodness, stiff clothesline, but Gallus does not give a damn as long as they're winning matches, and you're seeing the opportunity come into fruition. They're starting to go through some tag teams. They beat Los Garza. They're doing quite well against the D'Angelo family. Threw Angelo right in to that buckle, and right now D'Angelo is in trouble, and he gets tossed in again right into that exposed turnbuckle. It was going against them early in the matchup, but now they're finally using it to their advantage as a double kip up there. And now look at Joe just go to work here. And now, oh, wait, no, he's able to slip right out of it. And now referee finally, again, going to fix that exposed turnbuckle after having to deal with both sides, apparently. Is now back and forth into a back body drop, a double back body drop, taking him down into a big knuckle to the face. Look at Stacks. He's all about that money. He's all about that confidence. Certainly both of these tag teams are not loved whatsoever, but hey, maybe there's a tag team they choose here. Certainly none of these tag teams, I would say, would want to go through the War Raiders. It is going to be a tough finals for whoever has to take on the War Raiders. Stacks now from behind. Going to look to go to work right on that right knee there. All that weight and power going up. Going to look to get a tag. Yes, he does. Here comes Mark Coffey. D'Angelo and Mark Coffey. And oh my goodness, what a running strike to the face. D'Angelo did not see that coming out of nowhere. And now Mark Coffey, that snapmare takedown into that sliding basement forearm strike. That very well could be enough to Stacks taking his time. I don't know what the hell Stacks was doing, but it cost him. It's going to cost him going to the finals. And now Gallus is going to the main event tonight. It's going to be Gallus versus the War Raiders in your main event. Who is going to be the Dusty Cup champions? And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is your double main event time. The first of two main events. Normally this would be your main event if we didn't have the Dusty Cup figuring out tonight, but we have that. But now, the first main event of your evening is that man, Femi, teaming up with the NXT champion, Ethan Page, to go on against Kenny Omega and Carlito. Femi will be challenging Carlito for that NXT North American Championship. And Femi, he's struggling lately against the LWO. He's tried to figure them out, from Rey Mysterio to Dragon Lee, a part of that Gold Rush tournament. Struggling is Femi, but we'll see how he fares against Carlito for the NXT North American Championship next Wednesday here on NXT Gold Rush. And sometimes it just takes, some time to rewatch what you did wrong, what you should work on, and what was going well for you. Certainly Carlito's been around this business for a long time, so he's gonna know what to do. He's gonna know what to attack for Femi. As here comes Ethan Page, all ego Ethan Page. A big time title defense for him next Wednesday on NXT Gold Rush, as Ethan Page has to take on the former NXT champion Kenny Omega. I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you people already seen and have really known how Ethan Page feels. He obviously he knows about Kenny Omega. Everyone knows about Kenny Omega, but Ethan Page feels confident that whatever Kenny Omega brings to the table, Ethan Page will be able to outsmart and outwit Kenny Omega to retain that NXT Championship. Ethan Page is cocky, confident young man, willing to do anything to walk out victorious, and we'll see it in full display tonight for sure. He's gonna want to go right through the likes of this man, Kenny Omega, here tonight. And Omega would love to, in NXT Gold Rush, walking out the new NXT champion. And once NXT starts back up after SummerSlam, Kenny Omega is wanting to obviously be that top guy of NXT. But it sure as hell will not be easy, and Kenny Omega likes that. He wants his matches to be competitive. He doesn't want it to be easy. He knows what Ethan Page is capable of. He knows he's going to be downright dirty, but Kenny Omega is ready for it. He's not going to expect the unexpected, and he's going to have to withstand those moments in this matchup. If he's not able to, he's not going to be able to regain the NXT Championship. Ethan Page will be able to retain it. So, very intriguing matchup for that NXT Championship. Certainly one of the longest reigning NXT champions we've had, up there with CM Punk here in the series. And we've had a lot of big names, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a lot of stuff going on between all rosters right now, building up to pay-per-views and everything. So, you know, certainly a lot to look out for, as now here comes Caribbean Cool from the LWO, Carlito. We haven't seen him for much of a bit, unfortunately, after Carlito won the NXT North American Championship away from Mr. Tony D'Angelo. Carlito was viciously beat down by Oba Femi, sending a direct message to Carlito that he wanted the championship. But certainly that's when kind of Oba Femi would struggle against a couple members of the LWO. LWO having the back of Carlito. But, you know, Carlito, he's going to be in for a fight of his life. And, like, he's a veteran. He knows the ins and outs of this business more than Oba Femi. So, you know, it should be a very competitive match, I believe. As it looks like Oba Femi and Kenny Omega are going to kick us off here. This is very intriguing. I want to see how this fares. Especially Oba Femi going to be able to get his hands on Kenny Omega here. And you can see the color scheme of Omega and Oba Femi kind of matching that green as a drop kick takes down Ethan Page. Good idea for Kenny Omega. Take out Ethan Page early to make it a 2-on-1 contest. And you see Oba Femi getting right back up to his feet, but right back down as Kenny Omega coming right out of the gate, mentally focused, taking out Oba Femi early on. That's what you got to do. You got to keep him on his toes, but obviously back on the mat, but, you know, keep some stuff unpredictable. Oba Femi has not been able to really figure out much. Oh my goodness, a back rake. Ugh, man, imagine how that feel. That certainly not the best feeling, as down goes Omega. And certainly for Kenny Omega, you do not want Oba Femi getting his big hands on you and start throwing you around outside here, because what we're about to see is military press, making it look very, very easy. Oh my goodness. And Oba Femi gonna look to go to work here, as the referee is at a 4. Oh, right there, that lower back. Both men need to start getting themselves back in the ring. Referee is at a 6. Be ashamed to have ourselves a count out. We're at a 7 now. Oba Femi now at an 8. And Oba Femi realizing that here. And I think Oba Femi, he's getting involved here. And now Omega back in the ring. You got Ethan Page, the legal man now. So everything's all good and all set here. As Page with a front face buster. We're getting a little preview of what's to come here in just a week's time. Can Ethan Page retain that NXT championship? He's all ego. Obviously, that's his mantra. But certainly he wants to be that guy that leads NXT for a very long time, and he believes that once he takes down Kenny Omega, it is free slate to dominating the future of NXT. As now Omega has him up top here. Oh, what a maneuver, taking down Ethan Page. Omega starting to fire up a little bit, starting to hit some big maneuvers, starting to mess with Ethan Page here. Big maneuver there from Omega. But now Ethan Page looking to get that tag. Yes, he does. Here comes the big man, Oba Femi. And now Oba Femi with the spinning rock bottom, taking down Mr. Kenny Omega, and Oba Femi all fired up here, as here comes Carlito, Caribbean Cool himself, and big clothesline takes down the big man. And Carlito beating some frustration into Oba Femi, as he should. Put Carlito on the shelf for a couple weeks there, where we haven't even seen Carlito for a good while since winning that NXT North American Championship. And if I'm honest with you, I feel like Oba Femi, out of all four of them, really needs the win the most, just in the terms of struggling against his last two opponents, at least not winning. I'm not saying Carlito doesn't need a win as well, but certainly I believe leave it more than the other, as Ethan Page with a devastating kick to the face after getting tagged in to this matchup. Page now with a spinning face-busting slam takes him down. Ethan Page said, "You're done." And now Omega and Ethan Page isn't convinced. Both men fired up. Here we go, and look at that swinging neckbreaker, kind of playing possum there on Kenny Omega. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is your second main event of tonight, is the Dusty Cup Finals. It will be the War Raiders against Gallus. Gallus is certainly going to be in for a world of hurt, I can tell you that. War Raiders beating the Chase University a couple weeks back, recently on NXT, to earn that opportunity to advance. And now Oba, this ain't good. You don't want this big man just beat in your chest. And look at Ethan Page. He wanted to get the last laugh, as he should. He's an NXT champion. He's all ego. He wants everything. Everything should be his way. And now Ethan Page going at Kenny Omega. And now Carlito about to be taken down by Oba Femi. And now Omega taking out Ethan Page. And now we're back to a one-on-one scenario. Now, Omega getting ran through just like nothing, like just running right through a wall. Oba Femi just, this is what Oba Femi needs. This is a big-time moment for this big man. It's a release power slam there, and this might lead Oba Femi where he wants to. Could you imagine if he knocks off Omega here in this tag team match? And now Omega looking for the Omega driver. Down he goes. Is this enough? Could you imagine? Is this going to be it? No. Big breakup there from Ethan Page. So close. Now Carlito looking to pick up the scraps here. Now he's going to slow down the matchup here. Work on that left knee. Kind of twist it up a little bit. Look to go to town here. As here we go. Big pinfall attempt early in this matchup. Or I should say later in this matchup. But still Oba Femi able to kick out. Big elbow from Oba Femi. And oh my goodness. Almost like a discus, like forearm strike of sorts, as Carlito with a big time clothesline as well keeps himself in the driver's seat in this matchup here. Again, trying to send a message to Ethan Page with these big haymakers there. And now Carlito going to send a message to Oba Femi. Ethan Page now going to be able to maybe capitalize on the mistake there from Carlito into a back body drop. Carlito too much focused on Oba Femi, trying to send him a message that he's not focused on all ego Ethan Page, at least in that exact moment. And now let's see what the veteran Carlito wants to set up here. Now certainly Carlito focused on keeping that NXT North American Championship around his waist, but hey, you know, one day I'm sure he would love to become the world champion and a win over the current NXT champion. Certainly that, you know, could definitely go places for Carlito as he gets hit with a jumping kick right to the temple. And now here comes the big man, the Nigerian ruler, Oba Femi. And now Femi, the big man, off the ropes into a big splash. Pinfall all that way to the ribs, but not enough damage to put him away just yet. Oba's going to have to hit that a big power bomb, I believe, to put away Carlito. Now look at trying to rip his arm out of socket there. We know how dangerous Oba Femi is, but certainly, you know, we gotta be careful in those situations. It's now Carlito. Oh, nice reversal from Oba Femi. The matchup continues. And here we go. Spinning power slam takes down Carlito. Is that enough? No. As Omega breaks it up, the matchup continues. And now this is where Oba Femi. Okay, I thought maybe he would want to try to get some more offense in, but he's going to allow Ethan Page to go to work here. Champion versus champion in this matchup so far. Carlito versus Ethan Page. Let's see, out of both champions, who's able to get the upper hand here. Off the ropes, Ethan Page, another back body drop. Starting to slowly but surely go after that lower back. Try to send him a message. And now Page with a big time suplex. No, Carlito reverses out of it, slips out of it, and connects with a clothesline to that back of that knee. And now, just like that, Carlito able to get out of the ring before running into a potential dangerous situation. And now Page with a backbreaker. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. All about that Dusty Cup as a spinning Uranagi takes down Carlito. Ethan Page now looking to finish this matchup one way or another. Ethan Page looking for that Page crucifix. Down goes Carlito. Pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page, the NXT champion, pins the NXT North American champion. Big win tonight for Ethan Page, the NXT champion. Can these guys both walk out as champion next Wednesday at NXT Gold Rush? Hey, it's definitely possible, but sure as hell will not be easy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is your main event. It is your double main event, as it is Gallus and the War Raiders battling for the Dusty Cup. It's a big time moment in the history of NXT as a whole. Dusty Rhodes helped a lot of superstars throughout the years. You're seeing a lot of them on the main roster, and obviously with the return of Cody Rhodes, certainly he helps out when it comes to a lot of things involving his dad, especially the Dusty Cup. And this is a big, big moment for these guys. Like them, love them, hate them, don't respect them, whatever it may be. It's going to be a big time matchup no matter what. Two big tag teams going at it. Gallus wanted to make a statement. They have so far tonight. But War Raiders, they're a little bit more established. But hey, that does not matter. As long as you get that pinfall or submission, are able to kind of steal this matchup. Big time moments for big time teams. And we're going to see it tonight. And now talking about the War Raiders, here they come, making their way down to the ring. Had themselves a tough matchup earlier on tonight, but certainly, hey, both teams are not going to be 100%. They're going to have to go through, hey, no point intended here, they're going to have to go to war, and that is what we're seeing. Eric and Ivar, they have been established, especially early on in their career, former NXT Tag Team Champions on the main roster. You know, they had some big wins, but if I do recall, I don't remember them winning the Tag Team Championships on Raw or SmackDown. But hey, you know, they weren't really given the opportunity, I would say. But hey, tonight, what better way than winning the Dusty Cup, then going on to next week and challenging for the NXT Tag Team Championships? I can't think of a better way to do it. As here we go, we're starting off with Mark Coffey, it looks like, and Eric, so we'll see how this is going to fare early on. Like we said, both teams not 100%, but with something like this, something that adds so much to the history of the tag team division. Certainly, we believe this is a big time moment for the tag teams, especially here in NXT. Gallus, like we said, have not been able, really gotten those opportunities here in Universe Mode. They've been in the back, you know, and the general managers, they don't really give, you know, opportunities. They want these tag teams to go out there and make a statement. And so far, so good when it comes to giving them the opportunities tonight. But to be fair, Adam Pearce wasn't the general managers for the most part. When Gallus, he's been the general manager ever since, you know, WrestleMania, if not a little bit longer here and there. But certainly he's trying to find moments to give tag teams their opportunity, and well, you're seeing it tonight. Gallus is getting that opportunity against the tag team that is a former NXT Tag Team Champions. So I mean, certainly, you know, you knock off a former NXT Tag Team that have worked very well, you know, certainly that, I mean, that's going to go places, but you can't count out the War Raiders. If you do, you're going to get hit with a devastating the Viking experience as a whole, or even Eric or Ivar's vicious knee strikes. Or, from time to time, Ivar will hit one of his brutal moonsaults from the top rope. So you got to be ready for anything and everything, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the War Raiders. Especially, you got to be ready for that. All the weight of Ivar right on the chest, and look at the crowd. They're chanting war with the War Raiders. Certainly, you know, War Raiders a big tag team here, literally here in NXT, and just in the terms of what they bring to the table, a fan favorite here in Universe Mode against Gallus, who obviously are not fan favorites. So certainly these tag teams are, you know, completely different. But, you know, being cheered and not being cheered in this matchup is not really gonna mean too much, and what matters is what's going on in the middle of the ring. Is now Joe Coffey taking it to Eric, who will be the Dusty Cup champions, ladies and gentlemen, who is going live to the big time NXT Gold Rush pay-per-view next week, next Wednesday to be exact, for those tag team championships against the New Day. Ivar really out of it seems. And now Joe tosses him into the corner. Gonna try to cut off the ring here. Ooh, big chop to the chest. As the big man Ivar rolling out of the ring. Pinfall attempt though. We'll see if they can steal it here too. Ooh, that was close. Obviously, later on in this matchup, you know, these guys, you might see a maneuver, be like, how in the heck did that finish him off? It wasn't a big time maneuver. Well, these guys aren't 100%. They've both had matches tonight, so certainly, you know, you can't count out these tag teams. But, you know, don't be surprised if it's not a big time maneuver, you know, not putting them, or actually putting them away. So it could be a Lou Thesz press, a clothesline randomly. You just never know. The strong kick out there from Eric. And I think the tag team partners, they have to realize, you know, hey, you know, my tag team partner may be struggling at this point. Hey, I may need to break this up. into a double kip up there. And oh, they didn't stop him as a big man. Here comes Ivar. Ivar coming to save the day, at least maybe turn the match around here. Now Ivar from behind. Big ol' abdominal stretch at this time. We'll see if he's able to get out of it, and he does. Gallus looking quite well right now. You know, they could be a favorite. I thought maybe the War Raiders might be able to have a big night. They are having a big night, but can they put the cherry on top of the sundae? Can they walk out the top tag team, a part of the Dusty Cup, obviously, but also go to next week's championship matchup? As, oh, look at the power and strength, man. Making it look easy was Mark Coffin. Not every day you're going to see someone be able to toss Ivar just like he did. As back and forth we go into that running knee strike, almost like a shining wizard of sorts. Not really a shining wizard, but hey, you know, devastating strike no matter what. As now Gallus looking to put the final touches away. Ivar with a big reversal. Let's see if maybe he can change it up here. Maybe going to need at least a tag. That knee really connected on him. I think it really took something out of him as he tosses him back to the other side of the ring. I wouldn't have done that right in the corner, but we'll see if it's highly effective, but just a 1 count. And look at him just rolling out of the ring is Mark Coffey here. Wolfgang again getting involved, talking some trash. Ivar, though, able to keep himself calm, cool, and collected, as now with the underhook powerbomb, sit-out powerbomb. This is any team's match to win at this moment. Both have been brutal from the get-go. Obviously having Mr. Wolfgang here at ringside is certainly going to change the momentum at times, possibly, for the War Raiders. As both men briefly down, Ivar back up to his feet, going to get a tag. It looks like yes, he will. And now Mark still down. Here comes Eric. Let's see what he has in store to put away Gallus here, possibly. In the corner, good idea. Cut off the ring. I definitely wouldn't tag Ivar back in. Give Ivar a break. And now look at that, just dropping him right on his back. It may not be the most impressive maneuver. It's a cradle. Could you imagine if this is how it's going to end? The Dusty Cup. But no, the matchup continues. I mean, we saw a match like that end Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Jey Uso, he ate 3 RKOs in a row and got too cocky and was celebrating with the crowd. Jey Uso got back up, hit him with a cradle, and rolled him up and walked out victorious. So sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, there is things you'd rather do maybe after the match. Maybe celebrate. Celebrating too early will not help you out. As both men need to get themselves, or at least one of these guys need to get themselves out of the ring. Be a shame for this match to end like that. Is a big release kick there. Pinfall. Is this enough? 2. Ooh. And the funny thing about that is he didn't even try to break that up. I guess he just realized his tag team partner Joe Coffey was gonna be able to kick out of it. But I mean, like what we saw earlier on tonight in the Tony D'Angelo matchup is Stacks didn't break it up. He was in the ring. He could have broke it up, but for some reason he didn't. So I don't know what comes into a competitor's mind about not breaking it, but you know, it ultimately cost them the matchup. And you know, obviously with a big opportunity like that, as look at that nice springboard cross body there from Joe Coffey. And now here comes Mark Coffey. Some coffee on coffee action here. Oh goodness. Not the best feeling there, being kind of stuck on those ropes. As now Mark gonna go high risk. Frog splash right on the lower back. He didn't get all of it, but he did sure as heck get enough to keep Eric down. Frequent tags between the Coffeys. Going to continue to go back and forth. Eric is in trouble right now. I think that big time frog splash to the back did quite a bit of damage Is now a pinfall opportunity right there in the middle of the ring. Is this it? No. Eric keeps himself in this matchup, but for how much longer? And the question is, does Eric try to get the tag to Ivar here? As, Joe Coffey, what is he thinking about doing here? Oh, goodness, okay. I don't know if it's highly most effective maneuver of all time, but hey, you know, it's a running, you know, double forearm striking. Oh my goodness. 2.9. Eric somehow kicked out. How in the hell did he do that? As now Joe, not playing around, he's looking to end this in a discus clothesline, decapitating Eric. That has to be it. 1. No, and just like that, Ivar is right there for his tag team partner, and the matchup continues. And we'll see if Mark can maybe put the final touches of this match away, maybe for them to win the Dusty Cup, go on to challenge the New Day for those tag team championships. And now, vicious knee strike. I've been waiting to see that all night. Eric maybe putting the cherry on top of the sundae? No, not yet. Very close, though. And look at him, he briefly having to roll out the way, as now Eric trying to throw the other Gallus member in the ring. And ultimately, he's going to cost himself here. It's a big takedown there from Mark Coffey. And now, going to get his head just beaten onto that mat. It's really not the best feeling in the world there, as now the War Raiders looking to go back to work here. And now, into, oh my goodness, punch to the side of the skull. That has opened him. And that, I think that might be it. Yes, it is. Gallus has come out. They have showed out, ladies and gentlemen, and they are the Dusty Cup champions. They not only win the Dusty Cup, but they are facing off with the New Day for the NXT Tag Team Championships next Wednesday, live here on NXT. What a big night for Gallus. I could really give a damn what you NXT Universe people really think of myself or this rest of this Undisputed Era, but this man Wardlow, he is worth nothing. And live there at NXT Gold Rush, I'm going to show you what he is worth in that casket match. I'm pretty confident enough in Adam Cole and Adam Page to not only destroy Wardlow, not only in the first Extreme Rules matchup, but that second match by putting Wardlow through a damn table. But that casket match, Wardlow, I'm going to make sure I bury you 6 feet down where you belong. And WWE Universe, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste of what this guy right next to me is going to be feeling next week here at Gold Rush. So goodbye, Sayonara, Wardlow, because this is the last time this WWE Universe is going to be seeing you here. Hold on a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell he meant by that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wardlow getting thrown right into that glass, ladies and gentlemen, and now MJF looking to snap the freaking arm of Wardlow here, ladies and gentlemen, just wrenching it in. He might honestly just rip it apart. Can we get some security? Man, look at that blood. He's tapping his face. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, as he is tapping out. MJF told you right then and there, he is sending a message as he tosses him right through that little window as well. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what you want to see as he breaks another glass window. He broke at least a total of 3. That second one was a little mixture of it. MJF could really give a damn. He is going through all the windows. Oh my goodness. This is not what anybody wanted to see tonight. MJF is sending a message, and I don't think Wardlow is making it to next week's NXT Gold Rush, because not only is he got glass in his forehead, bleeding like a stuffed pig, but his arm is getting torn out of socket, ladies and gentlemen. Holy mackerel! And again, Wardlow, he's tapping out. He's out of it right now. But MJF has sent a damn message to Wardlow that is sure as hell is not gonna be easy at NXT Gold Rush, a part of that 3 stages of hell match. But look at just look at how Wardlow is back up to his feet. It's a running clothesline there, and MJF is just continuing to beat him down, and I don't know how in the heck this is still going. As he tossed that thing there, all that baseball bat of sorts, and now MJF, he's strutting his stuff. He's basically telling Wardlow to make himself known, make himself come over, as MJF trying to go for a flying cross body, didn't work out, and somehow Wardlow fighting back briefly, but MJF is just too much, just too damn much. You try to give Wardlow maybe an opportune time, but he's got glass in his forehead. I don't know how in the hell he is still moving at this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And how fitting is it that MJF has a shovel to bury the live match. Obviously, dealing with burying your opponent 6 feet deep. Obviously, it won't be something like that. All MJF and Wardlow are going to have to do is put their opponent in the casket and fully close it. But now MJF again trying to snap the arm of Wardlow, and again Wardlow having to tap out, bringing Wardlow back down to earth. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no more time left in this time slot. MJF has destroyed Wardlow on the road to NXT Gold Rush. Again, wait a minute. Wardlow, I don't know how in the hell this man keeps stepping up and again getting right into the eye socket. Again, this is just humiliating. And if I'm Wardlow, yes, you want to live to fight, but there's big better opportunities than what in the hell you're doing now. And right now, this is not the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that. And now, no, through the damn table as well. MJF getting the final laugh before Gold Rush.